Hey, how y'all
Hey,
how y'all doing? It's Friday. I want to make you feel at home today, Melanie.
I do. I love it.
And I
Living
did
it.
talk to my Aunt Sandra last night for a bit, so my southern accent was coming right out.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
So, how y'all? Do you have a good week? I ran into Allison at the church yesterday, so not literally, but
Yeah, you hit me.
so crazy week. We had a software release last Friday over the weekend, and so that was keeping me busy. And this week it went well. We had a few issues, but we're going pretty good. So I'm taking 3 days off this weekend.
Good for
Yay.
you.
We had a good choir rehearsal last night. I've had a couple of gigs this week playing for different people, and it's been fun. So I need some downtime. So
Good for
um,
you.
yeah. Um, Last Sunday, Jesus was the good shepherd.
I thought you were going to say something else.
No,
I was like,
It
that
was
was
just last Sunday.
yeah, that was the theme of this of last Sunday's scripture. We had a bunch of songs talking about Jesus being the good shepherd. Seriously, we did.
yeah,
The choir anthem was "As a Shepherd Seeks His Flock."
yeah,
The
it was
closing hymn, "Gentle Shepherd."
good.
Yeah, so everything was about Jesus, the good shepherd. So,
It's always about Jesus.
That's what I was gonna say. Why is it always about Jesus?
always, he's always looking for attention.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I'm jealous.
but it was a good service. It felt like we were done really quick, and so I was out of there and like done. It's
It
like,
was
okay,
a
gotta go.
very, yeah, a short message, everything.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had to be in Woodland by noon. So as soon as we were done, I was out of there and gone. So, and I had to run by Rosemont to pick up some music for one of the gigs I did this week. So, oh, and Wednesday night, shout out to Greg Okonami because he came to hear us play Wednesday night at that little Mexican restaurant, Xochimilco. So, with his band, they were all there.
Oh, cool.
So they're going to be playing there in 2 weeks on May 8th.
Nice.
So I'm going to
And
go check them out.
where is Xochimilco?
It's on Auburn Boulevard, right off. It's close to ARC, American River.
Okay, yeah.
So, but yeah, the food there is amazing. Don't go unless you're hungry. Because I went, they feed us when we play there, and every time I go, I can't finish the food. And you look at me and tell me that somebody who cannot eat food, it's got to be a lot of food because I finish everything. I took that whole thing when I was a kid about mama said clean your plate or you can't go outside and play. I always clean my plate.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
if you go, plan to take a doggy bag home, which is hard with Mexican food because of the chips, they get soggy and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or the even the enchiladas and stuff, but it is really good. It's a little mom and pop shop. Prices are very good, and they just give you so much food. So
Sounds like a place Christy and I need to go. We
you
have this
should.
habit of overeating together.
Let's
So
do
we
it.
should
Let's do it.
let's all go.
But yeah, I want to go on May 8th. It's at 6:30. I'm gonna go check out Greg and the band. So
Oh, good. What, May 8th? What day? Oh,
it's a
no,
Wednesday. Yeah,
I'll be in Connecticut.
yeah.
Oh, that's
Um,
right. That's right around the corner.
yes, it
It
is.
is. It is right.
May is right around the
I
corner.
know.
May is next what? Wednesday? Thursday.
Next
I-
Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Wednesday is May, y'all.
I know.
Oh
May
my
Day.
Lord.
It's May Day.
May Day.
May Day.
I feel like still it's March 2020. I'm sorry. I'm stuck right
Yeah.
there.
Mm-hmm.
The last 4 years have flown by.
Yeah, we're planning Molly's college graduation, and this, 4 years ago, it all got canceled and everything. So it honestly feels like we've just picked up where we left off,
Yeah.
4 years ago.
Oh my goodness. That just hit me in the heart.
Yeah.
I was like, what? What?
I know.
Well, and I'm glad you're making a big deal out of it because she like not graduating, like not having this ceremony for high school.
Yeah.
Or prom or any of those.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. their class got, yeah.
Um,
They've
well,
done the prom in hazmat suits.
Right. You know, their university, she goes to CSUMB, and they had a huge, they called it a ball. But for all the kids who missed prom, like when they all got to campus, they had a big dance and they all went
that's
all
nice.
out and everything. Yeah, that's cool. They did that.
Well, and then last Saturday we had the golf tournament, and Allison, you were there. How did it go?
It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. Yeah, we had a ringer team, 7 under par. But people enjoyed it, and the picnic afterwards was great. So, I mean, everybody pitched in. It was total
Yeah.
team effort.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
Nice.
so go team UMC.
And everybody said it was fun. Like the word fun just kept
Yeah.
coming up over and over. Like it was a fun time.
Good. Good. Um, tomorrow is Rise Against Hunger at the church. It's from 9 till noon, right? So,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to hearing an update from that next week from Brother Patrick. I had a really special thing yesterday. I was telling these ladies before we started, but I played at a senior center in the afternoon, like at 2 o'clock yesterday afternoon. I went over and filled in for another musician who usually plays, but they couldn't make it. And we played for a group of seniors, and this facility is a assisted living memory care facility. And we played old, stuff from the Great American Songbook, George Gershwin tunes, Dean Martin songs, all stuff from the 40s and 50s and 60s. And some of the folks were waiting for us to set up, and they were like, are we doing music today? And then the same people would ask the same question over and over, because it is a memory care facility. And we would always say, yeah, we are. And we talked to them, and we finished up, and while we were playing, they knew the lyrics to every single song that we did. And it was just, and they were up and they were dancing and they were clapping. They had so much fun. And it was such a blessing that day. It really was. And it reminded me of my mom too. So,
Isn't
but
it funny how they're in a memory care, but they remember every lyric of every verse of
yes,
their favorite music? They may not remember their family, but they remember
or even their
music,
name sometimes.
Yeah.
And it's that bad. And then we were taking everything down, and one of the, are you going to do music today? Did I miss it? She was there. And but I gave her a hug. I said, not right now. We're going to come back though, I promise.
Mm.
And but it was a really, really fun afternoon. So I hope I get to do that again.
Made you
When
feel
I,
young, huh?
It did. It really did.
when I
And
deleted all the photos off my phone, I had the last photo of my mom and dad dancing together right before he died. And it was to big band music. And I
yep.
was so bummed I deleted all my stuff like a
Uh,
joke, like a dummy.
Aw.
But
that,
it was a cute picture. It's in my head.
yeah. And that's the thing. And it's just, it was a wonderful afternoon. And it made you thankful, because to be very frank and honest, they're not much older than me. They really aren't. They're in their 70s. Most of these folks that I was there with yesterday, there were a few 80 and 90-year-olds, yeah, but the majority of them were in their early 70s. So it was,
Hey, you're a spring chicken.
I know. Well, that spring is not springing much more.
You're a summer chicken, okay?
That's
I'm a
summer
I'm a
and autumn.
October chicken.
You're an autumn. That spring has sprung.
I guess it's better to be a deep fried chicken though.
Oh,
Uh,
that sounds good.
yeah, I
I
know.
know. I had some yesterday.
Oh, where'd you have fried chicken?
Chicken tenders. It wasn't fried.
Oh, okay. Okay.
A lot of folks at choir rehearsal last night were talking about the general conference and the votes. Anything that you want to talk about? Either of you? Have you been following the conference updates?
I haven't watched any.
I haven't watched any, but I've been reading like a daily recap. And my deacon circle passes around stuff that's going on with deacons. They've passed some stuff about deacons in legislative sessions. I did hear that regionalization is a big thing. And Allison, correct me if I don't say this accurately. I'm trying to like make it as simple as possible, but regionalization would allow like our region, let's say North America, to make decisions for what works for us, but we don't impose it on Africa or Russia or, like we're all are separate. That way we're still a united body, but we can do what culturally works best for our region.
Right.
And I did see that it said Russia and 4 other surrounding countries, they didn't name them, are forming the Christian Methodist Church or something. So I think they're still part of the UMC, but that's maybe their region. I don't know. It was just a really short article saying this just happened, and it was a big deal because now Russia can make decisions that work for them, but they still remain part of our family. So
Okay.
we'll see as that kind of plays out. I think we'll see more and more of that throughout the week, but we
Right.
got another week to go. So there's a lot of stuff on the line that's hopefully really good news a week from now.
Yeah. Well, and I follow a couple of people on Twitter and Facebook, Matt Miofsky, Adam Hamilton,
Mhm.
JJ Warren, a couple of
Mhm.
others, and they've been attending and posting a lot of the updates. So I was just wondering if you guys had any more detailed insight than I've seen.
I don't watch the live. You can watch it live, but it is so business. Like they've got a lot to do in 2 weeks. And so in my opinion, it's like watching paint dry.
Yeah.
I prefer to see the
Yeah. Just
recap.
see the end results. You don't have to watch
I
the
Yeah.
kinda,
Yeah.
I kind of feel like we have too much going on here. It's like I need to
Yeah.
focus on our
Uh-huh.
church. I mean,
Uh-huh.
I'll get the updates and when it's over, but I
Mhm.
can't.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm with you. Paint dry.
Yeah. It's too long. You can't give up your life for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
No.
But I would like to watch because I did see some clips that a few of those folks were posting of the worship portion with some of the
Mhm.
music, and that's been kind of
Mhm.
really nice to see. I'd like to see all of that, honestly, instead of watch through that, but I don't
Mhm.
think I want to watch all the votes and all the motions and yeah.
It's been really cool to see pictures of people from our conference because, like, keep in mind, this is an international
Yeah.
conference, and so to see our people up there, Emily Allen was elected as the what's her official title?
Uh,
Um, I was going to say speaker, but that's speaker that's not right. But
no, I know what you mean.
I
Chairman,
don't, well, no,
chairperson.
but she's like this is not accurate, but almost like the secretary, the person who keeps us on track. And
Uh,
She's
what is
I
that
was gonna say, is
called? I
she the
can't
grand
remember.
poobah or what?
no, she's
Like
I
the
can't think of the name, but you're right. She's awesome.
Okay.
Emily's awesome. And I saw
Yeah,
a picture of Michelle Pope, who's our conference lay
yeah,
leader, who is
she's awesome.
amazing. I saw her speaking, and I have not seen our bishop, but I've seen many Western jurisdiction bishops in pictures. So
Okay. Well, we did
Yay,
talk about
California, Nevada. Yay, our conference.
yay. We talked briefly about Rise Against Hunger for tomorrow, but then on Sunday, the founder of Rise Against Hunger, Reverend Ray Buchanan, another Ray, woo, he's going to be our guest preacher Sunday morning. So he sent us the scripture and everything. Basically, it's all about, well, I think the scripture is on the Jesus feeding the multitude with the loaves and two fishes. So that's very appropriate for the Rise Against Hunger.
I think
So
that was my prediction.
yeah. And then he had requested 2 hymns, um, God of Grace and God of Glory, and Here I Am, Lord. So those are our hymns for Sunday. And then we're doing a choir anthem we haven't done in like 8 years called He Shall Feed His Flock. I thought that was kind of appropriate.
perfect. You're pulling in last week and this week.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Look at you.
Yes.
so
Too
and
bad
then
we don't have the organ going. God of grace and God of
I
glory.
know. Well, actually, so since we got the approval for the expenditure for the organ, now Jerry Llewellyn and I spoke last night. He's going to give that gentleman a call to come on out and fix it. So I don't have a due date or TBA. So, um, We'll find out, or ETA, not a TBA.
To be announced.
The ETA is TBA.
Yeah.
So there you go.
ASAP.
SAP. But yeah, and then the next Sunday, Brother Rich Caldwell's gonna be speaking. So Allison, you got 2 Sundays off. I don't know. That's
No, I got 3 because
3. That's right, because you're gonna be gone the following week.
yeah, I'll be at church both Sundays.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have a red eye to New York on Sunday the 5th.
Cinco
Oh.
de Mayo on the airplane. It's gonna
And
be a
Greek-
party.
And Greek Easter. I'll
Oh, it
just say
is.
to
Okay.
people, Christos Anestis.
Okay.
Christ is risen.
Melanie, you want to talk about Vacation Bible School? Anything else with the kiddos?
You know, today is what? April the something. April.
26.
Today is April the 26th. We
Yeah.
have 1 week for you to register your kiddos for VBS, June 17th through 21st, 9 a.m. to noon. 1 week. Register your children and grandchildren.
Nice. And Sharon is on vacation next week.
Yeah.
So there will be no lantern published next week. Is the office closed any of next
No.
week?
No, we're covering.
Okay. We also had a thank you note posted in the lantern from our dear friend Polly Dye, thanking everybody for the
Sweet.
wonderful food and calls and cards that she's had during her health issues. Yeah, it was good to see that. And Jim and Corinne Schrader, they were at choir rehearsal last night. They were talking about their upcoming vacation. They're leaving from mid-May to like mid-July. And we need some volunteers because they handle straightening up the sanctuary every week, cleaning up some of the trash and putting all the hymnals back into place, sharpening the pencils that go into the pews
Yes.
for people to fill out things.
They are the perfect couple to do that. They are so detailed. I love it.
So
Mhm.
we need some people to fill in for them while they're gone. So if you'd like to help out with that, let us know. You can come in during the week. They typically do it like before choir rehearsal because we are there and we're open. And then sometimes they'll do it after choir rehearsal. So that way they don't have to make a special trip. But
That's one of those things that we just take for granted that gets done.
yeah,
You know, I don't ever think about, are the pencils sharp or are there Kleenexes or are the hymnals straight? Like it's a big job actually. And they just are like the little church mice coming in and doing it.
exactly. And I've seen them do it because when I get there and they're working, I was like, oh, hi. But then the making sure that the hand sanitizers are filled and all that stuff. It's really cool.
They're amazing. They do such a wonderful job.
Yes. Living Treasures Sunday has been announced. It's going to be later this year than it usually is. It's Sunday, August 25th. So it used to be in June and we would plan our choir break around that, but it's going to be later this year. So the choir is taking a break. Starting June 9th is our last Sunday for the summer. So, but yeah,
Well,
Living
Allison
Treasures
and I will
Sunday,
be gone that day.
June 9th.
We'll be at annual conference.
Oh,
Although I think I'm going to be back to preach because I'm missing so many Sundays. So I'm going to sneak back in, do worship, and then head back.
okay.
Just because
Okay.
I feel bad.
I will be gone that Sunday.
Okay. Well, because so Rich Caldwell's preaching next week.
Yeah.
Melanie's preaching on the 12th.
Yeah.
And then when I'm preaching on June 2nd.
Yes, I'll be down in Southern California.
Yeah.
And I'll be in New Mexico.
Okay.
I have Carmichael's retirement.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
And I'm doing a spiritual retreat at a Catholic retreat center in Albuquerque that has this big Taizé thing. I'm so excited. It's the big Taizé thing on Friday. And yeah, it'll be fun.
They are also looking for help in the Senior Life Center.
Yeah. So 2 people have inquired already.
Oh, cool.
They talked to Jenny. So yeah.
Good.
Nice. Next weekend's the Creative Crafters Fair too. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at the church. They put a big write-up in there about it this week. So if you want to reach out to any, there's a big article in the Lantern. If you want more information, reach out. I think it's $50 for the booth fee, and
that
all of
sounds
that
right.
goes, to the Loomis Basin Food Pantry. So it's a fundraiser. And on Sunday, May 5th, during the fellowship hour, there's going to be an open house for the new history room and revamped Issei Chapel. So they're going to have coffee and treats, and you'll have an opportunity to see the newly renovated space.
It was great. Last Sunday, they had Sumi, and she was translating all the original documents.
Oh,
Yeah, she was translating them from Japanese. And it was like there was something about trying to get $500 to buy the property.
Oh, wow.
oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
the whole property costs like 1,500, or it was some
Oh my
crazy.
gosh.
I know. I'm like 10
That's
acres.
insane.
Yeah. And I think they were trying to get the last 500 or 700, and amazing.
Wow.
When I was cleaning out all of my mom's stuff after my mom and dad passed away, and I was helping her get all the stuff when he passed away in 1990, we ran across the original mortgage for their house they bought in 1967. It was a 2,000 square foot ranch house, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, with 6.5 acres of land in North Carolina, and they paid $11,900 for it. Their house payment was $115 a month.
And their taxes were 0.
Probably.
11,000. Let's see, it only takes me a few months to get there on my rent.
Yeah. So yes. Anywho, scholarships, high school seniors and those attending school again, we are offering scholarships. There is money available from the Oratsu and Kageta families who have provided scholarships for years. And fill out an application. Send them to Melanie. Melanie,
or you can turn them in at the church office
or
if
turn
that's
them in at the
easier.
office. They're due May 10th.
May 10th, yeah. And if you are filling one out, you have to get a letter of reference. And so whoever you ask, you can just have them send me that letter, email me that letter, or drop it off at the church office.
And Melanie and I are both recipients of
We
that.
are indeed.
I graduated in May of 2021. Finally, after 60 years, I finally got my college degree. So, and I was very happy. The church helped me out a lot, finishing up my tuition and books and all that stuff, so I could get my paper and say, "Hey, I'm a college graduate."
The Stackhouse, one of the Stackhouse's daughters is doing a PhD program at Cal. There was a 90-year-old in her PhD.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's never too late, people, so do it.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm guessing maybe all universities do this. I really don't know. But in Arkansas, anybody over the age of 55 or 60 can take any class they want for free at the University of Arkansas.
I don't think
and maybe
California
all
does
state
that.
schools.
California, we have
California.
OLLI. The OLLI program, which is, I forget what it stands for, but seniors, it's discounted and you can take really good classes, but it's not free.
And
Well, they're free in Arkansas, but you don't go towards a degree. It's just you sit in,
Yeah.
like you don't get a grade and you don't get a degree. But any class you want to take, you can just show up and take. You register, but
Could you imagine that 90-year-old blew the curve?
right. Right.
Kids in class, she works too hard.
Well, I mean, I was telling you before we started, I recently purchased a telescope because I'm really into the night sky and astronomy and stuff. And I was like, maybe I should take some astronomy classes. They have a great astronomy program and astrophysics program at Sac State. We go to the planetarium over there for their shows all the time.
Nice.
And I would love to do that, but it's like, I don't really want to spend that money. So, but I would love to do that. I wish if it was like a discounted program or something. I don't know. But as a matter of fact, the guy who teaches the program, I think his last name is Waters, I think. Anyway, we're in there and he asks all these questions about who knows what this means, and I'm answering like that. He's like, did you study here? I'm like, no, I watched Star Trek.
Hey, when we were kids, we went to Hayden Planetarium in New York, and they had Pink Floyd, Dark Side of the Moon.
We went to that at the
Yeah.
other planetarium
Cool.
just
Yeah.
like what, 3 months ago.
Yeah, we would
And
just lay down on our backs and like,
yes,
wow.
that was awesome.
That's cool.
There's a thank you note in here for taking time to bake cookies for the men in blue, and Butch was raving about this trip inside the prison. So the Kairos ministry and how much it was. I think they were talking about having somebody talk to the congregation about it. I don't know.
Dave said the same thing. Pastor Dave from Newcastle, he
Yeah.
said it was amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was at the circuit meeting when he talked all about it. Like he went on and on, like just raved about the experience.
And he and I talked about it for a while because I know it. He was talking about how important it was to them, and I get it. I mean, my brother's in prison too, and he lives for those things. So, I think it's a very important ministry. I'm very proud that our church does that. So, there is a United Women in Faith Nourishing Our Souls half-day retreat being facilitated by our retired pastor, Maggie McNaught, down at the Elk Grove United Methodist Church on Saturday, June 1st, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. There's information in there. It's $20 per person. Check it out. If you want more information, there's contact information in there. So, and our women's retreat in Auburn, Saturday, June 22nd, 8:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. at the Auburn Retreat Center. Guest speakers can be Reverend Chris Gallagher, who we met last year. She filled in for Allison for 2 Sundays. Contact Clara Bunch for more information. There's a picture in here on the the beehive on the Serenity Path has been refreshed. So you can go sit on that bench and watch them, leave them alone, and they'll leave you alone.
Is that what it says?
That's what it says. I'm allergic to bees, so I'm a little bit more standoffish.
That's so funny. I
Watch
wonder.
from afar.
Yes.
That sounds like something Pat would say. I bet
Yeah.
Pat wrote that up.
Yes,
Yeah.
probably. And that's all we've got for announcements, unless you two have anything else.
We have Senior Sunday coming up on May 26th. We have 3 graduates this year, Lucy Bernino, Kemper Kulata, and Carson Zerwas. And so we will celebrate those 3 wonderful human beings at the end of May 26th. Yeah.
That's Memorial Day weekend too.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's the only time. Well, some of them have family in town for their graduations. And so they were super excited to do it that weekend. And yeah, it's the only time that they could all 3 get together. So
Oh, I'm so disappointed. Another Sunday where I don't really have to freak out.
you're off the hook.
I'm like, oh, it's so
You're gonna get
disappointing.
rusty. You
Oh,
should-
you can preach. I'm
should
sure
just-
the
I am.
kids
It'll
won't
be-
want to.
Yeah, it'll be a short homily.
You should just write a sermon anyway for those Sundays you're not going to be there, just to say.
Oh, yeah. Good luck.
You'll miss it, won't you, Al? You'll
Yeah,
miss it.
yes. I'm missing it right now.
Yeah.
I can't
That's all.
imagine preaching every single week. Oh my
Look,
gosh.
That's like today I was like, what am I gonna do like this evening? Because usually Friday I start freaking out and I'm like, what am I gonna do? I've got an evening off.
But- So, and you know, the Methodist Church is different than I grew up Pentecostal evangelical. They don't have the equivalent of an electionary, from what I understand.
Right.
The preacher in each church decides what they want to preach on that week, so they don't follow electionary. So
Some Methodist pastors don't follow the lectionary.
yeah, so
And we don't always, when we do sermon series,
Absolutely.
sometimes it's not lectionary and I'm like, oh,
Mhm.
and when we have guest preachers, we vary from the lectionary. So like when Rich is going to preach, he's going to do something different. And Pastor Red Buchanan is not following lectionary this week. So which is,
I actually am following the lectionary on May the 12th, and I don't normally. I'd usually do something else.
and I am following lectionary on June 2nd, but I'm going Old Testament.
All right. Woohoo. Woo!
Branching out.
I love it.
Anything else we need to bring up? Anything else you want to talk about before we go into joys and concerns, which I have not gotten a list from Sharon. She's getting ready to go on vacation, so she's really busy. I do have a few that came in this week. We can go through those. And if you have any updates from people from last week, we can talk about those.
I'm trying to find my caring ministry notes.
Sue was back at choir rehearsal this week after her broken wrist.
Oh, good.
It's nice to see her. We got some updates. Stacy Hernandez asked for prayers for her grandmother, Dorothy Yale. She's not doing well and seems to be in pain. She's back at a care center. Pat Brown asked for prayers for their nephew, Liam. His optic nerves are dying in his injured eye. He has lost sight in that eye and will probably lose it. Christy Olson asked for...
It came from, he was mugged in Ireland a couple
That's right.
weeks ago and was beaten, and that's how the injury
Oh
occurred.
my gosh.
Horrible.
Wow.
It is horrible.
Young guy.
Christy Olson asked for her daughter Courtney's client Sierra was overseas and had a stroke. She's 26 years old.
Oh.
And she'll be in the hospital in London for at least a month recovering. Wow. My Uncle James was told this week he's no longer allowed to drive. He's losing, he's already lost sight in one eye and now he's losing sight in the other.
Oh.
And he's 86 and he's devastated. So he can't drive anymore. But it's nothing they can do. It's glaucoma. And he's getting shots in his eyes. He can still see, make out shapes.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I know.
Did you say shots in his eyes?
Yes.
But he is also terrified of losing his sight entirely. He's 86. He's like, if that's going to be what the rest of his lifetime, he's ready to go. But he still works.
What does he do?
He works at a funeral home his son owns. So he's out putting up tents. He's mowing the grass at the cemeteries and the funeral home and the church.
Good for him.
He stays busy all the time. And now that he can't drive, he can't do all these things unless somebody takes him. It's really upsetting him. So keep him in prayer. He needs it. Anything else?
Debbie Stogner took a fall. She tripped in her garage. They were on their way to her son's birthday party, and she had her hands were full of carrying like a dish or something. Tripped, broke her pelvis, and there's nothing really you can do for it. It's not like you can wrap your pelvis, and so it's like a rib. She's waiting for that to heal. And her granddaughter's graduation is mid-May in Arizona, and so she's really hoping over the next few weeks she'll be strong enough to be able to go. So anyway, keep Debbie in your prayers. Hey, she can get around at home. I asked her if she was using a walker or anything. She's not. She's able to get around. But she said it's really painful. Like after she's been sitting and stands up, it's excruciating.
Oh.
But like once she's walking, she's good. So poor Deb.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Yeah.
Anybody else? Do we have anybody? I haven't seen anything else from other prayer requests this week.
Roberta?
Yeah, Roberta. She got transferred, so she is up for visits right now. I think it's in Fair Oaks, but you can get that from information from the church office. And I'll make sure I have it on Sunday. It's on my phone. And yeah, so if anyone wants to visit Roberta, we'll have it on Sunday.
She's in skilled nursing, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was one other prayer request that I saw that came in from Linda Kennedy asking for prayers for her friend Christine and family. She was diagnosed with liver cancer recently, and they have some difficult decisions to make. So.
And Lila Sasaki is recovering, still in a back brace.
I'll check in with Liz Sasaki because she's taking care of Dorothy and Lila. So it's got to be rough right now for Liz.
Yeah.
So I would say keep Liz in our prayers as well.
Yeah. The Newcastle Church is beginning a support group for caregivers.
Oh.
And I asked him for information on like how they got started, what they're doing, so maybe we could invite our people to be a part of their group, or we could start our own. But that's a real concern and issue in our
Yes.
congregation right now. We want to be there to support those who are caring for others.
Well, I was telling you about my friend Elaine that I worked with this week. She was the primary caregiver for her mother, and she said it was the most difficult years of her life.
Mm,
For the last, well, I think 8 to 10 years of her mom's
mhm,
life, she was there.
mhm,
And that's really, really hard.
mhm.
Okay, Allison, you want to lead us in a word of prayer before we close out?
Gracious and loving God, just what's on my heart right now, as Ray and Melanie talked about it, is the caregivers, and just asking for prayers of support and love for those who make that effort to care for loved ones who might be declining physically or mentally and just need that extra support. We also pray for those who are injured right now, recovering from falls, hospitalized, just in need of extra healing. And so we ask, oh God, that you surround all those who are struggling, whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, surround them with your loving arms, and may they feel your healing power. But we also thank you for this day, celebrations of life, graduations, whether it's from college or high school, and this time that we get to just celebrate all those young people who are about to go off on different adventures. So thank you for our lovely church and all the ways in which we try to support our community. And we humbly ask this prayer in your son, Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Okay, another podcast down. All right, I think we're on like number 76, 77, something like that. It's been well over a year now, almost a year, well, a little over a year and a half now. So it's like, wow, time is flying.
Mhm.
It's flying.
Yep. But I will see you both on Sunday.
Yes.
And looking forward to having our guest speaker, Ray Buchanan.
Mhm.
And I'm hoping tomorrow goes well with the Rise Against Hunger event. I'm sure it will.
Me
And
too.
we'll-
I'm bummed to miss it. Cooper also loves that event, but he has a track meet all day. So
And
we'll
I do
keep-
hope that brother Stu Gagetta will give us an update on the golf tournament.
Yeah. Oh, and I was just thinking, Linda Daniel shared her granddaughter was in a track meet and tripped on a hurdle and got injured. Like she didn't fall, but she hurt her
Oh
Achilles,
no.
her Achilles tendon.
Dang.
So I hope she's okay. Linda didn't have any details
Oh
anymore.
man.
I
I
mean,
can't I tell you what, when I'm at the Cooper's track meets and the hurdles come up, I can hardly watch because I'm so waiting for something like that to happen. Just,
Yep.
most
Yep.
of them are so, they're all graceful and little gazelles hopping over, but oh, it's just like, oh, please. Oh,
yeah,
please.
don't trip.
Yeah. Yeah.
Exercise is dangerous to your health, people.
Right. That's why I sit in the
I know,
stands.
That's why, that's why I love watching TV.
that's why, yeah, I'm a couch potato.
I tell
Alrighty.
you what, now that we're doing high school track meets, I have to say the senior high girls high jump is impressive.
Yeah.
It is, they are, like I said, these gazelles, but like super Michael Jordan gazelles, they're just like, whoo. Oh my gosh, it's so fun to watch them.
Yeah, they'll jump 5'10". I mean,
Oh
that's
yeah,
it's
it's
crazy.
insane. So beautiful to watch. Okay.
Yes, I like to watch, but yeah.
Oh, that's like
Alrighty.
that Peter Sellers movie, Being There, where he takes his remote and he's like, I like to watch Chance the Gardener.
Alrighty.
I'm old. I'm old.
Long and
Live long
prosper.
and
See you
prosper.
Sunday.
See you Sunday. Woo!
Ciao.